Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are about to discuss home ownership, so get ready. This is my first time going live on YouTube. So if you are new to who I am Tiffany DeAndrea, the founder of EncourageMillions.com. I am a real estate investing consultant, and I teach individuals just like you how to own their own home and how to invest in real estate. Okay. So today I want to talk about home ownership because so many people think that they can't own a home. And I'm here to tell you that you can. I'm going to show you a little bit of how you can. So I don't know anything about how YouTube Live works. So if you come on here, please share. Please send the link to your friends, family, and we're going to get started in just a second. I just sent out an email to you if you are on my email list about this live, and I hope you can join. Also, I just left the gym, so don't worry about how I'm looking. It doesn't matter. Okay? Don't worry about how I'm looking. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and let my people know on Facebook that I'm live, and so they can join. And we're going to talk about home ownership. Hey, thank you for joining. If you join, let me know where you're from. And we can get into exactly what we're going to talk about today. Also, I'm going to put this in the chat so you can see it. Okay, so I wanted to do this live. Let me shut my door in case somebody wants to come bothering me. But I wanted to do this live because it's like a new year, okay? And I'm going to fix the camera so that you can see the whiteboard here. Okay. So I want to talk about home ownership. So many people think that they can't own a home. I'm also doing a challenge. So if you can see the chat, you'll see the link to the challenge is bit.ly, bit.ly/19 home challenge. So a lot of people, what I'm going to talk about today can go for first-time home buyers, people that want to buy an investment property, individuals that do not want to go the route of a traditional bank to get homes that way. I want to talk about how and why you should own a home in 2019, and why you don't want to do flips right now in 2019. So as you can see, like right now, we're going through this whole government shutdown thing. The housing market is actually going down. So you do not want to do flips in 2019. The housing market is going down. So I would suggest that you look to invest in rental properties. I would suggest that you look to wholesale homes. If you do not know what wholesaling is the process of you basically playing the middleman, and you're meeting with the seller and you're finding them an end buyer for their property, okay? But we're going to talk about exactly why you should invest in a home not to flip, but for to own. Okay. So let me just show you exactly what I mean about all of this. So when we're talking about, and let me make sure that YouTube is going to show what I'm writing where you all can see it. I bought some new markers just for y'all. Is it backwards? Yes, it's backwards. Let me flip the channel for you in the camera. It's a way to flip the camera, I think. If I can't flip the camera, then I'll just do it without. Why can't I mirror my camera? Okay. YouTube will not. Hey, YouTube will not let me flip my camera. So I'm going to have to teach y'all without the whiteboard. Okay. So what I want to talk about today is how to own a home without traditionally going through a bank. And I want to talk about owner financing. So a lot of us know, not passing judgment on anyone, but a lot of us know like that you can have little things on your credit and the bank does not want to approve you if you have like minor things on your credit. And I know this happened to me several times when I was trying to own a home. They would say things like, you know, my student loan balance was too high. My debt to income ratio was not right. If you do not know my story, I have over $100 and some $1,000, maybe $140,000 worth of student loans. I still invest in real estate. I still have my rental properties because eventually I will pay my student loan balance off. But in the meantime, I did not want to take advantage of investing in real estate just because I had student loans. And that's like the number one thing that I hear people say. Like they're not investing in real estate because they have all of these student loans. Okay. Don't sit around and not take advantage of this market. Like these homes, because the market is going down, the homes are cheap and you need to take advantage of that. Okay. So let's talk about owner financing. Owner financing is going to help you if you have flaws, imperfections on your credit. Okay. So if you have a collections that's on your credit, you know, it's a high balance and it's stopping you from being able to get a home through a regular bank, you need to look into owner financing. Now, how do you get owner financing? And let's just talk about that. The way that you can get an owner finance deal is that you need to go and you need to find these homes out here that are where a seller is distressed, where a seller is ready to get rid of it, where a landlord is ready to get rid of their rental. These are the homes that you need to look for. Now, everybody, when they want to buy a house, they want to get like this newly remodeled home. It has to be like the nicest home in the best area with the best school system, with a big pool in the back, with a big backyard. Listen, all of that stuff is cool. But if you want to buy you a home, let's say you're a first-time home buyer, you need to buy a home where you can get equity in it so that you can use that money later. Okay. You want to get a home where you're buying into equity. The people that want these really high price homes and the people that want these properties that are like newly remodeled and they have all of this stuff going on with them, those are the properties that are going to be The price is firm. They're not going to want to negotiate with you. The property is going to have, the price is firm. They're not going to want to negotiate with you. And also, you're not going to have any equity in it. So you're going to get this newly remodeled property, and it's going to be like at market value, which means, let's say the property is $250,000 and it's newly remodeled. The properties in the neighborhood are going for $250,000. That's losing money. You don't want that. You want to get the property that's $200,000 and the properties in the neighborhood are going for $250,000. Okay. So I have some sites that you can find, and I'll put them in the chat since I'm unable to use to get my camera to change over for you guys. I'm still trying to figure out how I can get that. And I still don't see a way to get my camera to switch for you guys. So I'll just put the information in the chat. And if you're watching, you can go back and you can look at the chat. You can also join the home challenge. It's a 7-day free home challenge. It's going to be 7 days straight. You're going to get emails about how exactly you can own a property. Now, when we talk about owner financing, you want to find individuals that want to get rid of their homes quickly, okay? This is the same thing you would do if you were, hey, good morning, Alicia. This is the same thing you would do if you were wholesaling a house. Now, everybody knows, well, everybody doesn't know, but if you're new here, I primarily have done rental properties. Hey, good morning. I have primarily done rental properties and fix and flips and rehabs, things like that. But now since I've moved to Florida, I am building my wholesaling business. So, y'all, this is so hard. Right now, at this very moment, I am running 3 different businesses. So I have my Encourage Millions, which you're looking at right now, where I teach other individuals how to invest and I mentor them. But I also have a pool company here in Orlando. It's called Certified Pools and Spas, created with my fiance. And we also have my wholesaling business that I'm trying to build, my investment business here in Orlando. So it's a lot, okay? But what I want you all to understand today is that you need to, for this year, you need to start looking at non-traditional ways that you can begin getting properties. And the first is with owner financing. So if you want to find owners today that want to possibly work with you on an owner finance deal, you can go and you can look up for sale by owner homes, or you can look up homes that are in pre-foreclosure. The reason why you want to look up homes that are in pre-foreclosure is because these individuals could possibly do a subject to with you. Subject to means that you just take over their mortgage payments, or they could possibly do an owner finance with you if you had enough money to put down to cover the amount that they're behind. You could do that. Plus, they hold the mortgage, and you all basically have an owner finance deal. This type of method is going to get you a property fast. Another word people call them is seller finance. So I'm going to put the first method in the chat. Hey, good morning. The first method in the chat is seller. I'm going to put owner financing. So the way that you want to find those owner finance deals, you can go on Zillow and you can look up homes that are currently in pre-foreclosure or for sale by owner. It's really simple to go on Zillow and do that. I wish it was a way for me to share my screen with you all, but it's not. because YouTube is not cooperating. But you can go on Zillow, and you can go to the top and you can filter down to for sale by owner properties and pre-foreclosure properties. Okay. I'll put that in the chat so you'll know. So you want to go to Zillow. Or pre-foreclosures. Now, another way is you can connect with wholesalers in your area. So this is how you can find, like, some of the wholesalers in your area. You can definitely find them on Facebook. They're going to be posting homes for sale. You can find them on Craigslist. If you know that you want to own a home, but you probably can't get a traditional loan through a bank, try to connect with wholesalers in your area, because they can talk to these sellers and they can talk these sellers into doing seller or owner finance deals with you. So connect with the wholesalers in your area. You can find them on Craigslist, Facebook, or biggerpockets.com. You can find them on Instagram. All you got to do is start using hashtags. Start looking up, if you live in Atlanta wholesalers. Look up the hashtag Atlanta cash buyers, because what you're going to start seeing is you're going to start seeing individuals that are looking for cash buyers. If you find individuals that are looking for cash buyers, then they're wholesalers. Okay. So start utilizing all of the hashtags that are out there on social media. And you can get you a home. Okay. If you go the non-traditional way. Now, there are some loans that you can get, but if you're just starting out and you know, like, you need a home fast, you may have things on your credit, go the non-traditional way, get you a home. It is no difference in you doing a owner or seller finance deal than you doing a traditional deal with the bank. I'm gonna be honest. Like, the pros of doing an owner finance deal, you don't have to worry about PMI, mortgage insurance. If you go through a traditional bank, they're going to put mortgage insurance on your mortgage loan if you do not pay at least 20% down. Okay. I remember when I got my first house, I think my monthly note was supposed to be like $600, but because I didn't pay 20% down, like, most people don't pay 20% down on homes, honestly. They added about almost $200 more onto my monthly mortgage payment because I didn't pay 20% down. So if you want to go a non-traditional way, look into seller or owner financing. Okay. These homes are out here. Look into the people that have that are about to go into foreclosure. Y'all can find these homes for cheap. Another site that I use, well, one site that I use that I love, and I'll put in the description, are HUD homes. And I've talked about this before. You can access these homes on HUDhomestore.com. I just put it in the chat box. HUDhomestore.com was how I got my first investment property. It was also how I was about to get my first property. But the thing about HUD is that HUD, they don't like to negotiate with you on price, and the properties are as is. So what happened in my situation was I found a property. It was on a lake. It was the bomb, but I found out it had a foundation issue. Well, what I was approved for by the bank and what it would cost to fix the foundation was causing me to go over what I was approved for. So HUD did not want to work with me. Long story short, I fought like tooth and nail to try to get that house. It didn't work out. I ended up purchasing my home. And then HUD came back like a month later and was like, hey, I think they dropped the price down from 130 to $80,000. And I really wanted that house. But somebody bought it and they actually ended up selling the house for like $250,000. So I always hate that I missed out on that property. Okay. So HUD Home Store is awesome to go find. Would you say the owner seller financing is way better than FHA? Yes. Yes. Because what's going to happen is, depending on the owner, you might have an owner that wants like $1,000 down. But you may have, but with the FHA, you have to put 3.5% down. So let's just do some math real quickly. So let's say you find a house that's 200,000. So 3.5% of 200,000 is $7,000. So it's kind of like, and then also with the FHA, you're gonna have that mortgage insurance because you're not putting down 3.5%. You're welcome. Yeah, FHA, I would say, like, if you're a first-time home buyer with good credit and you don't mind doing FHA, do it. If you're able to get an FHA loan, like let's say you found a duplex and you and your family lived in one part of the duplex and y'all got a renter for the other part, they're gonna pay your mortgage back for you. So really, FHA loans can really work in your favor. But if you are just like dying to get in the house, really look into finding an owner or seller that will finance for you. Look into landlords. Some landlords out here have multiple properties and they're ready to get them gone. So some of them would definitely do owner financing. Oh, definitely. If your current landlord is selling his property and you've been in that property, I would honestly ask him, could you do a lease option? A lease option is basically rent to own. So you've already been renting possibly, and he knows your rental history background. He would possibly more than likely do a rent to own. So basically, you could work on your credit during that time. And he's basically in that contract, he's giving you the option to own the home. But how that works is that he can, all of the money that you paid, like let's say it took you a year to get your credit where you needed to be, all of that money that you paid for that year, he can apply it to the home price. So if you spend $12,000 and he decides he wants to sell his home for $100,000, he could take that 12,000 off for you, and that would give you like $88,000. So you can get a mortgage with him for $88,000. And honestly, like I said, it's just like going through a bank. He's just holding the mortgage. I mean, you're just paying him monthly the same way that you would be renting. So definitely look and try to find landlords in your area or the area where you want to live, because they're going to have some of them might want to get rid of the property. I know right now my renter is in my property. If she ever wants to buy it, I would definitely do a owner finance or seller financing. The way they're protected is that they're of course going to get the money monthly plus interest from you. But if you ever default, they can foreclose on the home just like a regular bank would. Does anybody have any more questions about going the non-traditional way to owning a home? everybody. But I just wanted to share this with you all today. Also, don't forget about the home challenge. You get 7 days of emails. We're going to be talking about things just like this, how to do owner financing, how to do lease options, FHA loans, different loan programs. You're welcome. Different loan programs. We're going to how to find different ways to find a property, what you need to look for when you're doing like a home inspection. We're going to go over a lot in 7 days. 7 days of emails. I'm actually, I always plan my content out the day before I'm going to do it. So these are not, I'm just going to go ahead and let you know, these will not be automated emails every day. Like I'm going to plan them out each day, what I want you guys to learn so that you can own your home this year. But I definitely want you to look into seller or owner financing if you have things on your credit that is preventing you from getting a loan with a traditional bank. Another program I don't really like to mention, a lot of people do it, but I don't really like, they're okay if you have your things in order, the NACA program. I feel like NACA, that program is just not where it needs to be from a customer service standpoint. And I've heard a lot of people not want to go through with NACA because people quit, their counselors quit. But I will say this, in the NACA program, you can get no PMI, no mortgage insurance, and no down payment. So you really can't beat that. But I would say go through the NACA program if you already have your stuff in order, like have your documents in order, which we're doing on the first day of the home challenge. So make sure you join the home challenge because the first day we're going to talk about what documents you need to have and how you need to have them in order so that you can go well on your way of owning a property. So I do have that in the chat, but the site is bit.ly/19 home challenge. Is NACA. Let me get you the exact link so that you can get it. It is. So this is the exact link. NACA.com. I would say this. This is what ended up happening with me, why I had a bad experience. So I was going through NACA and I got fired. Like I was going through NACA. I had started saving for a down payment. I think I had about $5,000 saved up and I got fired. Well, I got fired, but I'm not going to say fired. I got laid off. But I found a job like 3 months later. Well, NACA was like, oh, okay, we can't work with you anymore because you lost your job. So if you don't have a full 3 years of work history or 2 years or something like that, we can't work with you. And I'm like, man, I only been out of work 3 months. They were not dealing with me. And so after that, I was just like, forget it. I can do all this on my own. Everything that they had me doing, like the letters to my credit agency and all that stuff. And so I ended up going a traditional route with the bank. Like T just said, I was just about to ask about them. I have a friend who just completed it. Yes, it's hard and frustrating, but she got it 3 beds, 2 baths in South Carolina. Yeah, like they're like hard, but you also have to volunteer. Not like all the time, but like you volunteer in the community once or twice or something like that. But yeah, that can be very hard to go through. But I think that if you really want to go the route of no PMI and no down payment, definitely look into the NACA program, look into the USDA rural loan program. if you can find like a property on a like out maybe like 30 minutes away from the city, you can do the USDA program. And let me get that link and put in here for you. It's Single Family Housing Guaranteed Loan Program. It's with the USDA, and basically you can get a home for no down payment. But it's also income based, that program. I do know they look at your income. So you can't have too high of an income. They also look to see if you have dependents as well. But those are two really good programs if you want to go through them. You would have to go through a bank that specializes in the USDA home loan programs. Also, when you're trying to go out and get you a house and you are going through a bank, start with your credit union, because they're going to be more relaxed with criteria, and you could probably get approved with them easier than a traditional bank. But settle on one bank that you're going to go through, because you don't want everybody hitting your credit. Okay. So settle on one bank that you're going to go through. You don't want everybody hitting your credit while you're trying to go get a loan. You want to get pre-approved by one bank and go out and start looking. Do not start looking before you know what you're pre-approved for, because you are going to get your feelings hurt. I remember when I first started looking at houses, I ran home and I was like telling my husband at the time, I was like, oh my God, I found a house. Oh my God. And he was like, we can't afford this. It was like, y'all, the house was like $600,000. I don't know. I thought I was off HGTV. I don't know what I thought, but I got my feelings hurt real quick. So make sure you're pre-approved first, because you don't want to go looking at these houses that you cannot afford. Okay. So I got everything in the chat. If you want to go back and watch this, you can find the links in the chat. Don't forget to sign up for the home challenge. It's bit.ly/19 home challenge. I'm going to hop off now. Thank you all for tuning in. My first time going live. Well, I think this is like my second time going live on YouTube. I'm not normally over here, but I'm going to start being over here more. And if you know somebody that will benefit from this, please make sure you share it with them. And thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully I can just start hopping on here every day during the challenge. That's my goal. But you all enjoy the rest of your day. You're welcome. Thank y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day.